Guys, it's MR.Q, your friendly neighborhood guitar here, and I've got the Okavango. We're gonna walk around the car, but let me just first start this off by saying I am not a car expert, but I just love cars, just like you. And what I like to do is I like to take a look at every single feature and take a look at the details. So let's get started. Alright everyone, so this is the Okavango. First of all, let's go ahead and take a look at the car key. This is what it looks like. So you guys know what I like to start off with. I like to go ahead and walk around the vehicle, show you what it looks like, and we're going to talk about some of the specs and options that it has. In fact, when they went ahead and advertised this vehicle to me, they didn't mention a couple of things that I was pleasantly surprised to see that it has when I was driving this down the road. So first of all, you can see that we've got this sharp line over there and then another sharp line right over here. It's kind of like curving over and also kind of like blends in with the petrol cover. Then you'll see that there's another line right down over here, and then you've got your chrome accents. Now you've got the chrome accents that go all the way to the back to the third row. This is a 7-seater. You've also got some chrome accents on the door handles as well. Plus you have these touch buttons to lock and unlock the door. You'll also notice that with the side mirrors, we've got a camera right over here. And of course you've got the signal lights. You'll see over here, you've got that 48V EMS, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. This is what the rims look like. Got some Kumho wheels. And if we go to the front, this is where you see the grille that has now become, synonymous with their logo because, it matches up with their logo pretty nicely. Now, there are a couple of things to mention. First of all, you've got that camera right in the front over here. That's because we've got 360 3D panorama in this car. And if we take a look to the left, you take a look at those headlamps, you've got adaptive LED systems. Now, these actually are adaptive so that they move left and right as you are turning the steering wheel. Plus, what I noticed, and I can't be for sure, 100%, but when I was driving the vehicle and I had some signs in front of me, they actually brightened up a little bit just to make it look a little bit easier for me to, I don't know how I did it. I don't know where the sensors are. You've also got your fog lamps down over here. Now, this is a real grille, of course. You've got gaps for ventilation down here as well. You'll see that you've got the silver accent down here too. And when it comes to the bonnet, it's got this sharp, flat line. Now, when we take a look at the back, I wanted to mention a couple of things. First of all, really nice lights, and I'm going to turn them on. You'll see in the B-roll right now. Looking at the top, you can see that we've got the railings over here, so you can go ahead and, go on a picnic if you wanted to. Go surfboarding. Maybe sandboarding, I don't know. This is what it looks like from this angle. Just wanted to showcase this. And I've gone ahead and turned on the light so you can see it during the day. That's what it looks like. You've also got automatic lights, so they've got automatic sensors. So you don't need to worry about fiddling with the switches. This is what the front looks like. And that's a pretty attractive looking vehicle. You'll also see that you've got this matte aluminium styling over here. It says Okavango. You've got this like flat, and then it's got a little bump with a little sharp edge, and then it curves down, So you've got like this waterfall action going on. Now also, you'll see that you've got your camera down over here. And you might be wondering, wait a minute, how do I open up the trunk? Well, since there are no buttons over here, it's actually down here. So you go ahead and push that, and yes, you've got a power trunk. Now, it's surprising that this costs or starts from 75,000 reals. That's around like $20,000. When we look inside, there are a couple of things that you'll want to see. You've got some light, you've got some cup holders over here too. Cup holders on the right. You've also got ventilation. Yes, this is not something that you usually see, especially in a cheap vehicle. Yeah, and then down here you've got some storage. So you can hide some stuff. You've got your tools. And there are actually a number of different places to store stuff. And if you wanted to go ahead and lift up the seat, you just pull. And then this is what the seat looks like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these all up so that you can see what it looks like with all 7 seats. Now, one other thing to highlight is, yes, you can pull this down if you wanted to, but again, just push to close. All right, so I like to start with the back seat so we can see a view of the front. This is the space that you have, and I'll go ahead and mention, first of all, you've got this accent over here, this accented styling. It's plastic. You've also got this leather-like material. I don't want to say leather because I'm not entirely sure if it is. You've got some storage here, compartment. You've got some storage down here. You've got a speaker built in and a tweeter right above. Now, when you look at this vehicle, it really is spacious. So this is one of the selling points of this vehicle. You've got some storage here. You've also got your air conditioner. You've got some touch buttons so you can control your air conditioner. And you'll see that you've got 3 full seats. Now, the advantage of this is that you can move each seat back and forth and you can pick that perfect angle. So yeah, that's one of the advantages of having 3 seats. Now, what else do we have in the back? Well, we've got some USB ports so you can go ahead and charge your devices, plus some more storage. Up here, besides having a hook that can move, you've got your handle, and you've got a light that you can also go ahead and control. It's currently set to on when the door is open. Now, what does the roof look like? Boom! You've got this front and back glass roof, so you can let a lot of light in, and this is what helps make the vehicle feel so spacious. Now, if you want to get to the back, all you need to do is pull this. This comes up, lifts up, and then you can get to the back seats. Let's raise those seats. Let me just mention, with those seats all the way back, this is how much space you have to put some bags. So yeah, you're going to lose some space if you need to use the 3rd row. All right, so this is what the view looks like. Boom! And if you want to go ahead and put your seat back, again, all you need to do is lift this. You'll also see that you've got some hooks over here so that you can hook some items. Plus, you've got these little pull tabs over here, and this is so that if you're in the back, if you don't want to lift that, you can pull this, or you can even pull the one in the front. So they've given you options. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at the front. All right, we open up the door, and again, let's take a look at the controls that we have over here. You've got your windows, you got your child lock over here, you got your front windows, you've got your unlock and lock, and then this is how you can control your side mirrors. Yes, it's fully automatic. Of course, you've got your speakers. Now, right over here, this is where you can control your automatic lights. You can also control, how bright your cluster is, and we'll take a look at that in just a second. You've got a button over here so you can go ahead and open up your trunk, and you've got more storage. I love this storage. In all my vehicles, I always gotta have this. Put my keys, With the front seats, you've also got automatic seats that you can move front and back, and then you can also control this part of the seat. Now, let me go ahead and say that I actually bought a Geely. I bought a Coolray, and so far, I haven't had any problems with them. So good job so far, Geely. Now, I mentioned the storage in the back, but guys, again, storage over here, some storage over here, storage over there. You've got storage over here. You've got some storage over here, which we'll take a look at later. I mean, there's a lot of storage places or spaces, and if this is something that's important to you, then maybe this is the vehicle for you. In fact, Geely says there are 42 different storage spaces. All right, so let's take a look at the steering wheel. We've got lots of buttons over here. You've, of course, got the cruise control button switched currently off. You've got the speed limiter. You can also go ahead and control the speed or the cruise control speed right over here. Answer and hang up phone calls on the right-hand side. You've got the mode button. You've also got the Geely home button. So when you tap on that, it'll just take your main screen to the home. You've got mute. You've also got this button over here. And this took me a while to figure out. But when you tap on this, this lets you decide whether you want to use these buttons to control this screen over here, or if you want to go ahead and control things like media. So that's what this button is for. Of course, left, right, up, down, and you click in to select. We've got our stocks on the left-hand side, so you can set this to auto for everything. And on the right hand side, you've also got your wipers. So you can set your wipers to auto too. All right, so in regards to moving the steering wheel, if you want to, you're gonna need to move it manually. So you can go ahead and lift and lower the steering wheel. You can pull it out or push it in. Let's go ahead and close that. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the settings that we have available to us on this screen. All right, so we're not done just yet. So let's take a look at all the other stuff. I can see information related to the tire condition, the average vehicle speed, travel time, and I guess we've gone back. Now if I tap right, I can control the audio or the music. Again, right, I can choose the overspeed alert, so I can enable it, and I can choose the speed settings, so I can go ahead and choose. And by the way, you might see a flicker. That's because I've set this to 60 frames per second. On my camera, there is no flicker on the actual screen. It's actually very clear too. So yeah, I can set this to 120 kilometers per hour as my limit. Now I'll tap back. I've also got the EPS mode, and so I can have this driving mode related, so the way that I see my display. So, or I can choose a private custom mode, but let's go ahead and leave that for now. We're gonna go back, and this is my recent call list, my system error list, and then I've got some system settings, so such as the trip computer. You can see all that information over here. I can choose alert volume, high, medium, and low. I can choose the units. I can also go ahead and choose the time setting. And that's it, we're pretty much done over here. And of course, it is a digital screen. Now, let's go ahead and focus on the inside before I talk about the menu, because again, as I said, you've got some nice sticky rubber over here. So when you put your phone, it's not gonna slide around. You've got two USB ports. You probably have noticed over here, they got a square engine start stop. Yep, it's automatic. You've got your air grill over here. And then you've also got the power, the screen power, so you can turn it on or off. Your hazard light. This is how you control your temperature, and I'm happy that, you know, it's not all digital. You actually use physical tactile buttons. Control the fan speed, auto, off, interior circulation, and of course you've got your defrost and stuff. Now, if we zoom out over here, we've got a digital selector. Yep, so you can control. We've got our digital handbrake, our auto start stop. We've got a number of different things such as, you know, speed limiter, especially when you're going on a decline. This is how you can choose your mode. So it's not actual buttons over here. You actually use this and you shift this to change your driving mode. Now, when you change your driving mode, this actually changes as well. So this is now set to eco. This is in comfort mode. And then this is what it looks like when it's in sport mode. Oh yeah. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this is also supposed to be a storage space, intentional or not, or whether it's for the buttons. That if you're like in Europe, maybe your steering wheel's on the right-hand side, but you can put some coins. Here are your cup holders, space for a deep, big cup or a smaller cup. Now, let's take a look inside this storage space over here. Do we have anything specific? Okay, so we've got some space right over here for filters, and yeah, this car actually has a really cool filtration system. In fact, the filtration system in here is like a mask, and I'll talk about that right now. So we've got the intelligent 3-zone AC, but it also has CN95 grade high efficiency air purification built in too. Yeah. So that means that it can filter out things such as viruses, bacteria, smog, fine sand, road dust, exhaust particles, pollen, and odor. So nobody should be smelling your Okavango. Up here, we've got the light, so we can turn on all of the illumination. We've got the button for the door, so when I open up the door, these lights turn on, or I can control the lights manually. And this is how I open up the roof, and this is also for the shade. So let's go ahead and close the shade so you can see what it looks like. Automatic, one tap, and it closes. And we're gonna stop that because it's gonna take a while, but we can get it to go all the way to the back and open up that nice moonroof. For those of you that are interested, this is how far back the roof will open up. Let's give it a second. There you go. Plenty of space to let in all that fresh oxygen. Let's close that up. Putting down the visor, got a clip here so you can put your IDs or papers or notes. You've got a mirror over here. Does it have a light? Nope, it doesn't have a light. Close that up. We've also got our rear view mirror. It's got this like infinity look to it. Now right over here, we've got this 360 camera button. When I go ahead and tap on it, boom, I can see all over the vehicle. Now this looks like this because the door's open. So if I go ahead and close the door, boom, I can see 360 everything. And I probably should have closed the door earlier, but I wasn't thinking. So if I tap on 3D, I can go ahead and control it manually if I wanted to, or I can simply, use the buttons on the screen to give you that smooth transition. Oh, so smooth. And by the way, you might be wondering or thinking to yourselves, but your car isn't white. Well, I can go to settings, I can choose vehicle color, and I can choose my color. There you go. See, simple as that. I can go back to 2D, and then while I'm in the 2D mode, I can go ahead and choose if I want to see what's behind me, to my left, and to my right. If I choose on more, then I can choose different views. So again, I'm looking in front of me, I can look behind me, this is widescreen, I can look at the left and the right wheel so I can make sure that I'm not gonna hit the curb, and same for the back. I like it. Okay, so first of all, we've got music. So you can control Bluetooth music, USB 1 or USB 2, and then when you select media, you can control your media. You can also see some cover music or your album covers over there. You'll notice also in the bottom row, this always stays in place. So you've also got these quick access to different sections. And then also you've got certain buttons over here so that you can access digitally, if you wanted to, your air conditioning system. On the right-hand side, same thing. So we'll let that fade away, or we can just swipe down. We'll go home. We can control phone, and within phone, you can see your recent calls, your contacts, or you can even dial too. You've also got a radio button right over here, in case you want to access your radio. You've got the radio icon right here too. You've got photo gallery, so usually if you connect a device that can share images via USB, then you can see your photos here too. You've also got video, so yes, you can play video, and you can actually set a mode to actually disable video when you get to a certain speed if you want to be extra safe. Tapping on settings, we've got a couple of things to take a look at. We've got the lamp settings, daytime running lamp enabled, time accompanying me on my way home, 30 seconds. So I guess this is how long the lights will stay on when you leave the vehicle. And then you've also got adaptive front lighting. Car lock settings, so you can choose when you click on the remote key unlock, whether it'll unlock all doors or just the driver door. Again, nice safety feature. Comfort settings, windows will automatically close when it rains. You've got window auto close when locking. And then you've also got windscreen wiper linking with reversing. If I tap on tailgate settings, I can choose how high the actual trunk will go ahead and open. So this is actually on its third level, or I can choose, for example, on first level, it'll open up to there. This is great if you've got like a tight parking spot. Then you've got the reminder type, so lamp, light, and horn, or just the light, so it can flash when you lock. And I think it actually just showed us what it would be like over there, how the lights turn on. You've also got smart coasting. This is what I was talking about before with the 48V EMS. So if it can coast, it'll coast and it'll save you on petrol. This is how you connect your devices with Bluetooth. Display, brightness, theme mode, and this basically will change the display colors and everything depending on your mode of driving. And then this is what I was talking about before, you can limit video while driving. So, what do you prefer? Then we've got sound, so you can control with the equalizer. I don't know why some people, they change everything into unusual, equalization, but yeah, you can do that. You've also got the balance attenuation, so let me just go ahead and reset that. You've got volume adjustment, so you can control the different levels of volume depending on whether it's a phone call, a ringtone, or actual media, or even an alarm. You've got touchscreen sound. This is the taps that you're hearing. And then you've also got speed sensitive volume adjustment. So, when you're driving a little bit faster, it'll actually increase the audio. Then in settings, you've got about this device, storage information, and then restore factory settings. Now let's go back home. We're gonna swipe to the left. This is how we can access our parking again. And then you've got QD link, and then this will enable you to connect your device to see more information on your screen itself. If I swipe one more time to the right, you can see shortcuts for touchscreen sound, daylight driving lamp, and then also the brightness of the screen. Now, usually, guys, I don't talk about the driving experience because my videos are a little bit different. I like to focus on all of the different options and things that are available in this car. But you guys asked me to share a little bit more about my experience. I can tell you that moving the steering wheel is really nice and soft, definitely much softer than steering my LX570. Also, when it comes to the acceleration, now the engine is not, you know, the beefiest of engines. I don't think you expect that, but it does have a good pickup. So when I do accelerate at a roundabout, I actually feel myself moving and there isn't that significant delay. The air conditioner is actually quite cool, although the weather is cool in general, but yeah, putting my hand near the aircon, it did feel like it was cooling down well. Also, it was really nice to also feel the AC in the third row. Yeah, you can actually feel it. It's not like a soft... No, you can feel it. It's proper AC. Alright, so some specs to mention. Of course, we've got that electric motor synergy. I mentioned that earlier. That's the EMS technology. It also is rated at 190 horsepower, provides 300 Newton meters of torque, and that helps to reduce the fuel efficiency, or the fuel consumption, sorry, to 6.6 liters. And it's basically an SUV that's powered by a 1500cc turbo direct injection engine. Yeah. Also, this was jointly developed with Volvo of Sweden. Alright guys, so this is the Okavango, and I showed you all the different specs, and if you don't mind, just give me a like if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video but you appreciated the effort, please give me a like, and if you got any questions, ask me down below. I do my best to try and find the answers for you. Alright guys, med det.